You built the walls so well that nobody could hurt you again. You also built them so well that nobody could reach you again. Those two facts arrived together, and for a long time, you told yourself that was an acceptable trade. Tonight, you're not so sure. This is a letter for the men who armored themselves so completely, they forgot the armor was supposed to come off eventually. There was a specific moment, a betrayal, a loss, a friend who used what you told them in confidence against you. That taught you a hard lesson. The fewer people who know you, the fewer people who can hurt you. It was a rational conclusion, built from real evidence. You weren't being paranoid. You were being cautious after getting burned. But caution, left unchecked for long enough, stops being a strategy and becomes a permanent structure. You built a fortress to survive one storm and then never took it down once the storm passed. You got efficient at it. Polite deflection when conversations got personal, a joke instead of an honest answer, a schedule always somehow too full for anything that required real vulnerability. Nobody could accuse you of being cold, exactly. You were pleasant, reliable even, in the shallow ways that don't cost anything. But underneath the pleasant exterior was a man who had quietly decided that being fully known was a risk not worth taking again. That's a sophisticated kind of isolation. The kind that doesn't look lonely from the outside, because it's dressed up as independence. Here's what the fortress doesn't advertise on the way in. It doesn't selectively block out betrayal while letting connection through. It blocks everything. The same walls that kept out the friend who might hurt you again also kept out the friend who might have actually shown up for you. The same distance that protected you from being disappointed also guaranteed you'd never be truly celebrated, truly held, truly seen. You didn't sign up for total isolation. You signed up for safety. But the fortress doesn't offer that level of customization. It's all or nothing. And you've been living in nothing for longer than you realized. Maybe it was a hard week nobody knew about because you'd never let anyone close enough to know. Maybe it was watching two other men have the kind of easy, unguarded friendship you used to have before you decided that was too dangerous. Maybe it was simply waking up one more time in a life engineered so precisely against being hurt that it had also become a life almost entirely without warmth. That's the night the fortress stops feeling like protection and starts feeling like the thing you actually need protecting from. You were taught, somewhere along the way, that a strong man doesn't need anyone, that needing people was a vulnerability other men could exploit, so the safest posture was needing nobody at all. That's not strength. That's a defense mechanism, wearing strength as a costume. Real strength isn't the absence of need. It's being able to need people and trust them anyway, with your eyes open, having learned who deserves the access and who doesn't, instead of denying everyone entry because one person once misused it. If this is landing, hit subscribe, because tearing a wall down is harder than building one, and I need you to hear how it's actually done. Building the fortress took one bad experience. Taking it down takes deliberate, repeated, uncomfortable effort, because every instinct you've trained for years is going to scream at you to keep the walls exactly where they are. It starts small, answering a real question with a real answer instead of the practice deflection. Letting someone see you on a day you're not doing well instead of performing fine until they leave. Staying in the uncomfortable silence of an honest conversation instead of joking your way back to safe distance. This is discipline in its least celebrated form. Not building something new, but refusing to reinforce something that's kept you safe and alone in equal measure. Tearing the fortress down doesn't mean letting everyone in indiscriminately. That's not healing. That's just recklessness dressed up as growth. It means choosing, deliberately, one or two people who've actually earned trust through consistency and giving them access on purpose instead of by accident. This is where discipline and vulnerability meet. You're not opening every door to everyone. You're identifying the specific people worth the risk and doing the hard, unfamiliar work of actually letting them see you. Being known again after years of guarding yourself doesn't feel good at first. It feels exposed. It feels like standing in weather you spent years building shelter against. There will be moments you want to retreat, an honest conversation that gets uncomfortable, a person who sees a flaw you'd rather have hidden. Every instinct will tell you to rebuild the wall right there. Don't. That discomfort isn't evidence that connection is dangerous. It's evidence that you're finally doing the thing the fortress was built to prevent, and your nervous system hasn't caught up to the fact that it's safe now. On the other side of that discomfort is something the fortress never let you have. A person who knows your actual struggles and stays anyway. A friendship that isn't performed. A version of strength that includes being held, not just holding everything alone. It's slower than the fortress. It's riskier than the fortress. It will never be as controllable as isolation was. But it's the only version of strength that was ever actually sustainable. Because a man who needs no one also has no one. And calling that peace was always the fortress lying to you about what it actually cost. So tonight, pick one wall, just one. Answer the real question honestly instead of deflecting. Tell one person the actual truth about how you're doing. Let the silence sit instead of filling it with a joke that keeps everyone at a safe distance. You built the fortress to survive a storm that already passed. It's still standing because tearing it down is harder than building it ever was. But it can come down, one deliberate brick at a time, the same disciplined way it went up. You didn't just build walls to keep people out. You built a prison and called it protection. Tonight, start letting yourself out.